know in a self-help group is that it is small in size, number is restricted. Now in a cooperative, for example, number of members can be quite high. It could be several hundred, it could be several thousand. You know that? There could be 2,000 members in a cooperative. Now what happens when the size is big? There are too many people and collective decision making becomes very difficult. People who are better off, who have more land, who have more power, are the ones who take all the decisions. So a large body of people are unable to participate equitably in the process. They have their own needs, but that is not heard in that cooperative. You understand? Their voice is not heard. But what happens therefore in a self-help group, the size is restricted. The number of people are between 10 and 20 only. 10 and 20. It could be 15 women, 15 men. So then it's a small group, it is manageable, people can talk to each other and they can come to a collective decision making process, which is very fundamental to any change. So that's one thing. It's a small size group where decisions can be taken democratically and everybody can participate. That's one thing. The second most important thing, try and put it in your mind because it's something global now, is that this group must be homogeneous. Homogeneous means belonging to the same economic category. Like in a village setting, for example, if there are, let us say, 20 families have shown interest in a group. Now if 3 families have land holding which is, let us say, above 10 acres and 7 families have land holding which is, let us say, half an acre. You understand? And if they come together in a group, what is going to happen? Those who have more land will have more say because they are powerful. Their voice is going to be heard. But if all the members are of that range, half an acre, 1 acre, then it becomes a democratic decision making. Nobody feels powerless. So it's very important that the group has members who feel homogeneous. No, they should feel that they are, इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं पटरी खाती. They can talk to each other without any restrictions. This is what I also shared in Norway. I said, ki bhai, who are these members? Can we break them down into groups who are comfortable with each other? And so they were deciding just the opposite. They wanted to have a mix of people. I said, no, that's not going to work. Let us have a small groups who talk to each other and are able to take decisions together. And then we can aggregate all these small groups. So this is one big advantage. When these small groups are aggregated, they all have a voice and all the voices of all can be heard in an aggregated group. It's a very scientific thing. But when we put them all together, they are unable to speak up. So in a self-help group, the members should be of homogeneous kind. They should feel that they are all of the same background, and that makes such a difference. A large number of groups in India where the person facilitating process doesn't know this concept, they create people coming from heterogeneous backgrounds and the group collapses after some time because of these internal conflicts. So it's small size, it should be homogeneous. Third thing, how do we put them together? Is because gradually we must find out if they are ready for a group, then they should at least have a common vision. You understand? Bhai, humko karna kya? What is our vision? Let me give you one real life story for this. Sometime back, we were in Ethiopia, where this Tigray, women from Tigray had come, all living in very poor conditions. You can't imagine the level of poverty there. They were all fighting for the independence. There was a civil war going on there, but after the civil war, they didn't know what to do. And so when these women came, imagine about 40 women sitting here, all very strong women who had guns earlier. And now they have nothing, no resources. So now we are trying to give them the idea of what is self-help. The first thing that we started off, we had come all the way from India to a town called Mekele in North Ethiopia, and we were trying to share the idea of self-help with them. The first day, we spent the whole time trying to discuss. They didn't know our language, we didn't know their language, so they were the interpreter. But we spent the whole time discussing what are we trying to achieve from our meeting here. What is it that you want to understand? So different women had different ideas. We said, okay, no, nothing good. Let us come at one clear idea of what we want to achieve from this 1 week's workshop. Again, they were all having all kinds of ideas. So we spent the whole day trying to converge those ideas. It didn't work out. So we said, okay, we are not going to start. Tomorrow, you talk over this issue with yourself. All of them should keep talking for the whole night. And tomorrow morning, you must all come with a single concept, with a single idea of what are we trying to achieve. You understand? Having a common vision is so important. Next day morning, they all were absolutely clear. क्या करना है, क्यों आए, everything was clear. And can you think of what could have been that common vision? They were all women.
To be on equal footing with the men.
No.
Something related to maternity.
Yes, very close.
Child nutrition.
No.
Child
इतनी
nutrition.
high philosophy का.
Education and
They all said, sir, they were in their 40s and 50s. Sir, our life is more or less over. We want our children to live a better life. And we are willing to die for it. That was their words. We want our children to have better lives. We are willing to die for it. Clear. And we were now clear. With that goal in mind, when we set off explaining, everyone picked up things very quickly. You understand? So once the purpose is clear, things happen very fast. So it's a good idea that if you're creating a self-help group, also create a common vision. What are we trying to do? What are our common problems on which we can all come together? And it's not difficult, it's possible. But they have to do it, you don't do it. You have to do it. Self-help has all these components. Size, and people coming from same background, having a common vision. If all that matches, it turns into magic. People start doing things, in their own way, but we have to still give them certain basic formalities. And those formalities are, how do they keep their accounts? How do they maintain cash? How do they take collective decisions? How do they connect to the outside world like banks? Now, those are formalities which can be taught. So we gradually take time for somebody among them who is a little literate to teach all these things. But then that happens very easily. The first three things are more important. Giving training in accounts is not so difficult. How do they manage cash? It's a very important thing most of us forget. Collective cash management is not easy. Especially when, and also collective accounts management is not easy. Especially when the people are illiterate. But there are techniques for that. Once we share those techniques, the group comes into being and becomes very lively and with wonderful results. So that's the self-help group.